Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Runner 3 replay. This was a user submitted in replay. On the bottom right side as the red allies, we have PriNce. On the top left side as the orange empire, which is I believe not his ally, we have Zebrahead. Spawn as the magenta Soviets, we have 156, and looks like his ally is Cyan. Spawn the bottom center side as the Cyan Empire, we have vampir1234567. Spawn as the green-red ally, we have random Panzer, who is his red ally, the red allies. And spawn on the top right side as the blue allies, we have High Mind, who is allied with Orange, who's spawned out a barracks and got some doggos in the middle of the map. Orange now advancing forward with a dojo core in the center of the map. We do have the MCV evacuating from the region. It is, of course, about a fast airfield to support out his teammate, which should give some close air support. And potentially how close his opponent gets, very close air support. Looks like red is abandoning the high ground, going straight for the center part of the center naval expansion. That's probably the best way to put it. I don't know what to call it. We do have his Vindicator pushing down south. We do got green eyeing for a engineer. He may be eyeing for this oil derrick. I'm not sure what this engineer is trying to do. Maybe trying to do a sneaky engineer cap somewhere. Orange is eyeing to expand down the center now. Red has deployed out some walls here to disrupt the deployment of the future, what's it called, refineries there, since on the refinery line. So it looks like Blue is Orange's teammate there with a Dragon Tree to clear it out. Magenta and Cyan is really building up this region. Magenta has deployed out a good number of conscripts and bears here. And give me one moment, I realize my game is not locking to the screen. There we go. Nothing more annoying where your mouse is not locked to the screen. We do have the push there by red. He has pulled out expansion. Seems like a lot of credits there before getting expansion out. I wonder, was this a sort of like 15,000 credit game? Potentially. Or maybe shared income. It could have been shared income. The whole concept of shared income, I do love it, because it also makes it so that your teammate can just literally just focus on expanding while one person takes the direction. You don't have to worry about like slinging resources like in Age of Empires or begging for resources like in StarCraft. And the thing as well, when it comes to Age of Empires, slinging does actually have a bit of a tax go along with it. You have to get research to reduce it, or if not, outright eliminate. I don't know if it can be outright eliminated. We do now have the Vindicators pushing forward. Does take up the instant dojo. We got some instant allied walls coming on up, and does have this garrison who's really entrenching over here. Last of walls can still be cleaned up by that javelin troop. We got multiple multi-gun turrets here. There's no striker VXs, so it looks like orange and red are, or orange and blue are really locked down. Red is still, of course, getting his economy up and going. Now got striker VX engaging. He does not have a multi-gun turret here, so it's not looking good for him. He does have an Apollo on the field, provides an air superiority. He does go ahead and bring his MCV away from the cliffside there, so he can make sure those striker VXs can't land to shoot up and retaliate. And his Vindicators are in the range as well. Does get one of them shot down. Vindicator needs to get a bomb run off. Not a good full bomb run. And does go and take it out there before it gets in range of the multi-gunner turrets there for anti-aircraft support. Magenta is just being right here. Has some garrisons here, but not really doing too much. Blue has expanded out quite a bit. Does have the oil barracks up north, farming this one. Got a doggo there as well. Run, good jamming there to prevent the blue aggression to red's newly constructed base. We do have orange's construction yard right here. Those can get really messy really quick. Green has deployed out multi-gun turret there, hitting the Vindicator first, and the Vindicator will go down. Hydrophore needs to put on his weapon jammer to jam this weapon there, but now got multiple multi-gun turrets here. Does take out both Vindicators there, does bomb the hydrofoil. Looks like the Defender core does go down. Got another taking out multiple multi-gun turrets here. No levels of clearance for red at the moment. Airfield does get either destroyed or sold off. Looks like destroyed to me. Wasn't really paying attention to its health. Green's now low on power. Got Dolphin here. Dolphin is... We'll take out the stuff. Weapon jammer onto the hydrofoil, preventing it from using this weapon jammer. Gotta jam the weapon jammer. And looks like a bit of damage there. Sign... Oh no, that's Green's barracks. So Green may have got a engineer cap. We got another peacekeeper here. Bit of bomb run over here. And now I got the oil derrick seeing bit of fire from these Mechatengus. Do got us? Oh, looks like a red or orange got fully eliminated. Not red. Yeah, orange did get fully eliminated. We got now hydrofoils coming on forward, trying to gun down the prospectors. I guess orange did not deploy out a backline mecha bay, or maybe that was destroyed out as well. We have some cyan Mechatengus. I know beforehand, I wonder, is this a 4v2 or is it a 2v2v2? Because he has actually given me a replay before, it was actually a 4v2. And it's been, feel like it's playing out as a 4v2. I haven't seen cyan or magenta engage red or green. The Christmas colored team. Command hub now seems to have small arms fire. Let's see if cyan actually hits any blue structures, because I'm half thinking it could have been a 2v2 or a 2v4, but it could be still a 2v2v2. And it looks like cyan and blue are definitely hostile, so it is a 2v2v2. And whenever it says 2v2v2, I just think of Scooby-Doo, because 2v2v2, where are you? I don't know why it really matches up and says Scooby-Doo. We do now got a multi-gun turret, does throw out one of the Riptides, and does, apparently a cryo shot does not freeze down command hub. Write that down. We got some Molotovs for engaging the seaport. After all, it is a water structure, probably resistance to Molotov fire, though that makes no... That is not a something to gain, just me being same substituted, plus gasoline can burn on top of water. Magenta is being very passive, does have a crusher crane here. I'm not sure if Magenta has a MCV out in the field anymore. Doesn't appear to be. Oh wait, nope, there's Magenta's MCV, and going for Battle Labs, looks Magenta eyeing for some high technology. Cyan Magenta starting pressure blue. Blue's all by himself now. Motogun turret now engaging these Mechatengus. Down south we do have more Molotov still raining on in. Riptide coming forward, trying to gun down the conscripts. Conscripts are just getting sent to the garrison to get some damage on in. We got bears. They're trying to get the home to get a bit of food. After all, that's what bears do. They break into people's homes and steal people's food. Or they follow picnickers and steal their picnic baskets. One or two. Got a good bomber there, take out the boot camp. Blue, what? Does Blue have an MCV or anything like that? Yeah, and Blue has an MCV, has max clearance as well. Went for our high technology play, but the problem is the opponent's not high technology, it's starting to overwhelm them. Crowd shot will freeze down one of these. Motogun turret will shatter it. Green does have now engineer coming on out. Blue's not paying attention. And does sell off the thing in time. Dog does come out as well by Green. And now got the multi-gun turret up on the field. He could have used his multi-gun turret to target on the engineer, didn't have to sell it off, but he maybe not exactly the highest skilled player. That's not a big problem, as long as it's entertaining. After all, they did good aggression in the middle of the map and claimed it. But Red did a good job to start cleaning it out. Got multiple javelin troops here. Science doing a good job of cleaning up these javelin troops. And we still got quite a bit of infrastructure here for Blue. But his Mirage tanks will just be gunned down by the Vindicators that are going to come on out. Green's Navy is now advancing along the sea or river. Really more closer to a creek. Now to have a... Oh! Athena Cannon and Mirage tank came out very close for a time. How he did that, he pulled out the Athena Cannon, paused it, and then continued building the Mirage tank or the other unit around. But either way, a very good engineer build order micro. Is that even a thing? Construct order, train order? One of the few times where you can do a bit of micro there, you can queue up multiple units and then deploy them all at the same time. Granted, they're not going to be two of a kind, more closer to a straight, but still nonetheless, that's what he did. Multi-gun turret will be taking out this refinery there. This multi-gun turret will not stop the employment there of any future refineries. Just shoot anything that comes out of it. And it's up. Airfields, getting some bomb runs down south. We do have, looks like a Yuriko, as well as some multiple Wave Force artillery pieces there. Green's armor facility does go down, so there's quite a bit of a high-tech army here. A Yuriko can provide anti-aircraft support. We've got cryo shot deployed in the field. Science not paying attention. 3 of the tanks will get frozen. Motor gun deployed out here. I just shatter some of those tsunami tanks. It does shatter all of them and does not save in time. Yuriko, 3 tsunami tanks, and 3 Wave Force artillery now advance forward. Vindicators may just want to bomb Yuriko. Yuriko can withstand quite a bit of bomber fire. Tsunami tanks advancing forward. Grain does escape out with his MCV. Red's MCV is some up here with multiple airfields up high. Looks like Yuriko may have been killed off, maybe by another bomb run. Could have been from another peacekeeper. Wave Force artillery is going to cleave through this land. We do got multi-gun turrets now being deployed on out on these Wave Force artillery. He probably should have charged up briefly and did a premature discharge. Probably could have took less damage that way. Got now multiple King Oni now on a few. Green space has been cleaved through, but he still has some C as well as MCV still alive. AP missile does connect onto the King Oni and they will be bombed down. Vindicators pushing forward. Crowd shot or blast coming out of the field. I'm not sure that's enough to freeze the King Oni. He does get chilled, but does escape out of there. Full charges out onto the refinery. Very nice. Brain's right now low on power, and the prospector will start going down. We got multiple King Oni going forward in the field. Magenta has claimed quite a bit of economy up high. It looks like all the MiGs do go down. Of course, with EMP missile does claim 3 or 2, and only claim these 2 here. King Oni do see a bit of Athena fire. These other 2 could be killed off. If it gets Athena heroic specialty, that could be handy. But this King Oni's almost destroyed. Does get fully destroyed there. May want to full rush down this multi-gun turret. Another bomb run raining on in, doing chip damage. Peacekeepers now pushing forward, trying to cut this garrison. Then maybe there's just 1 peacekeeper there. There could be 2. And the Athena cannon does go down, but so do the King Oni. Blue has some infrastructure. King Blue is not doing it good. He has good defense force. He needs to get another refinery. Because right now he's on sells off the command post there. Wave Force artillery hitting, takes up the heroic aircraft carrier. We've got a couple hydrofoils there and multi-gun turrets provide anti-aircraft escort. Looks like something went down. Looks like the Wave Force artillery are being picked off. It does stop the fully charged shot. Didn't fire off the premature discharge before the EMP missile connected. If the EMP missile connect and still have full charge, will it resume the firing sequence of fully charging, or will it just restart? Either way, it didn't really matter because, of course, it can be quickly killed off there. Premature discharge not killed off. That one did, and one of them does go down, the elite one. And got these jet tangos just getting shot up. He could garrison up all these garrisons and provide a good basis of anti-aircraft fire. A bit noobish, but I will so totally do that. Magnetic singularity? No, vacuum satellite. And he doesn't realize you can actually move around the satellite. I know this level 1 satellite can't pick up heavier units such as King Oni and aircraft carriers. But I wonder if it can pick up Mirage tanks. They are a little bit lighter. does take out the ore collector and the refinery. Sign still has quite a bit of air force here. Javelin troops are now being deployed underneath them. Heroic Athena cannon and Mirage tank face forward. These are from blue. And we'll clean up a bit of infrastructure there. Of course, with the aircraft carriers in this region, 2 heroic, 1 elite, can cleave through much of this infrastructure. Indicators coming forward with a massive bomb run there. There's actually appear to be pretty good bomb splits there. You may have each pair of indicators on their own control group. I don't think individual ones will be working by themselves. I think they're working pairs. That's one where you can split the prioritize targets. You can just keep like a pair of indicators on each control group and just order them to all attack. And then perhaps do a big global order to get them all flying locations, then use those control groups to micro and target individual units. Does kill off one, does not kill off the other one. Got quite a bit of Mirage tanks. One Assault Destroyer, which could be used for black hole armor or for crushing. It looks like one player back of the game. Looks like blue either got eliminated or back of the game. Either way, it looks like magenta was cleaning through his base, so now it's a 2v2. Red, this area is not currently expanding. He could have let his teammate expand to it. They're sharing expansions. Magenta has the largest economy in the game. He probably is floating a massive float of resources. Take a quick look at resources. The person we have selected, I think this is red, has middle credits. Green is eyeing for a scout here. That's a little bit more than a scout. Looks like the Soviet player, so Magenta is floating 8,000 credits. The green teammate is floating a handful of credits, so you could be used to go out for expanding or some pressure. Generally, you want to have your credits near to 0, it means you're spending them. And it looks like the Empire player does have a small reserve of 4,000 credits, which is still quite a bit of reserve, honestly.
I serve the Emperor.
Do have now some Kirovs being deployed on the field. I see some chat beacons there, but I can't read them. If I switch to Soviets, I may be able to see them.
Make a tango, let's go!
I don't think I can. Yeah, I don't know what they say at the moment.
Armageddon is here.
Well, I think the cannon's getting some good damage there. I hear Armageddon, so it's like, ooh, red may lose MCV. I'm not sure how this got here. I was too busy trying to read. And he saves his MCV. He may not have an armor facility. No, he does have an armor facility, so that won't be game ending for him. Though he has a good number of airfields. Jericho still poses a big threat. A couple pulls before, sees quite a bit of air force, and may have solved some of the force there. There goes those peacekeepers. They got crushed. Javelin Troop, another peacekeeper getting crushed there. Mass transform. He'll be able to deal with the infantry, no problem. He's not cleaning through Sign's base. Sign has not a whole lot of infrastructure left in the field. Good bomb micros there, but those guys even stop bomb micro, honestly. They don't look like you're being individually tasked. Though it's probably a good idea to put those indicators on aggressive so they always make sure to drop all their bombs. That's something, in my opinion, you should do with sentry bombers. Make sure you set them aggressive, so in case if they don't drop all the bombs because their original target got killed, you can at least have them just waste the bombs to something so they can fall back. Looks like all those King Oni do go down. Red deployed another MCV. So 2 MCVs is not half bad, especially in high economic situations. Now I got a final Squadron X being deployed on the field. The Tide took a bit of small arms fire, and the final squadron will say hi to the airfield. And the airfield goes down with quite a bit of death. Multiple multi-gunner turrets and multi-gunner IDs taking out all these aircraft. Magenta's now advancing forward. We do not have level bomb run coming on in. And now we do have the Athena cannon. Heroic Athena cannon will start going down. Does transform. He could bomb. Oh, Sign backs out of the game, which does give a bit of his money infrastructure to Magenta. Magenta, last time check, has too many credits. Yeah, that's far too many.
Twin blade inspection complete.
And he now has a large number of construction queues, including a lot of aircraft queues, which he made, not his teammate. Magenta just needs to start spamming out stuff. He has a battle lab. Let's go for Mass Kirov. His opponent doesn't have enough Apollos to take out Mass Kirov. That does get frozen there. And does go and leave the black hole armor nearby to get it protected until it unthaws like it is. Still a bit chilled. I notice we've been seeing a lot of drops, or not drops, landings of Apocalypse tanks to the central part of the map, which is interesting. But right now, Magenta just needs to spam out everything. He has credits to burn. Here off advancing forward. We'll see a bit of fire from the Apollo, and now got multiple multi-gunner IPs now engaging the Kirov. Sorry about that, I'm over my drink. We do now have this Kirov trying to bomb down these multi-gunner IPs. All it does is put a nice pack of Kirovs. Magenta still has a MCV, he's low in power. He has a large number of airfields right there, so he has a good basis of production. And the farthest point will likely where grains from grains advance. I'm pretty sure here's what, 2,500 each. So just queue up each one of these airfields to pull out 5, and voila. So these players now with 4,000 credits. Is going for a large number of MiGs and twin blades. Probably a good idea, just spam out a bunch of infantry. A man spam can be useful, especially when you have the credits for it.
MiG ready to rule the skies.
And you may also want to get out another MCV of the current rate, or at least a crusher crane. It has a 1 build queue at the moment. Another structure going down, more bomb runs raining on in. There's some Mirage tanks there. Those are suspicious looking cars. After all, cars may be parked, not in the middle of the road. Multi-gunner IP's now engaging. You got a capturer there on the Reds MCV. It wasn't paying attention, going for barracks. His teammate deploys out Defense Bureau there? Okay. Nobody expects the proxy Defense Bureau. And does need to get out a Soviet engineer to get some repairs. He may be Iron Force after the battle lab, wouldn't be half bad. His teammate deploys out boot camp, maybe Iron deploy out some engineers there as well. He does have a handful of tank busters as well as an Empire engineer he can make use of. Which it still has 3 Oriole derricks as well. Looks like the war factor may be on for another MCV. He may be low in power. He actually may be low on power.
We need engineers.
No
He has flying power. Super reactors, of course, very good at producing power.
No enemy.
It's just this is quite a bit here, even for a super reactor. Good bomb run there on the tank busters.
Is too big.
On time as always.
MiGs do get a good volley there. Apollos do beat MiGs in 1v1s, but of course they do specialize in splash damage. And all those MiGs do go down. He doesn't task these other MiGs to engage. Now the twin blades now advance to the center of the map. There's a large amount of force here. Magenta's going into space relatively soon. I don't think he can win a base race scenario, especially when green and red have infrastructure way down here. Cryo again now being blown in field. This area is very tightly clustered. He does get the MCV downtime, doesn't get chilled. Factory does not get frozen, does freeze down a bunch of stuff. He has enough bombers to take on the factory, however. He may lose that Vindicator to the flak tower. And the Twin Blades are just getting annihilated by the Apollos and other anti-aircraft forces. So this looks like it'll be the end of the replay. Yep. And there's another prime example of what happens if you don't build enough. You have, what, 40,000 credits in store. I suppose he also has a good amount of credits. Actually, Soviet player did a good job of spending credits in the end, down to 8,000, but he didn't spend them soon enough, which probably got him overran. Allied player number 1 has 8,000 credits. The other one has about nearly 20,000 credits. Now has 20,000 credits. But of course, this time, they don't really need to pull it out anymore. The game's won. Here comes the massive indicators. Bomber run there. More bombs raining on in. And Super Actor does go down, destroys one of his own Riptides. That is the end of the replay. This end great scene. Thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.